Now let's start from crude oil. Okay, so now we are going to see where the market is going to open based on NYMEX price direction. So this is 1 hour chart for NYMEX. I am using investing.com. It shows that the price is going to open near the average last week high. So maybe above the previous day's closing. Somewhere here the market would have closed on the on Friday. So now let's go back to the chart. So I had drawn few trend channels and projections. I'm not going to explain how I had drawn all these things. So you can copy and you can draw this in such a way. So if you want to know more about trend channels, please go to our YouTube homepage. There you have a separate webinar session for that, recorded session. So in order to save time, I'm going to skip all these explanations. So today the expected price opening is somewhere around 3060, because it showed that the market maybe somewhere sure it is going to open somewhere above 3020 or 3040 within this zone. 3060 and 3040 you can expect the price to open. Okay, so if the market is going to open somewhere here, it shows a clear indication that the price is going to move up, because last week completely the price maintained 2960 as a support and consolidated within this 3020 and within this zone. A closing Friday closing, which is the highest in the last week price closing, and opening above that gives us a signal that the price is moving towards 3200. So the price, the next projection for crude oil is going to be 3200. So what are the areas where you can go for buy? So I have marked this zone, this area, this zone. These are the zones where you can go for buying. But this is a risk zone. If the price is again going to come below 3020, okay, this shows that the buying is weakening, and there are chances the price can come and test 3000. But we feel that today the market can go for buying in crude oil. Okay, that's all we have for crude oil. Now let us move to natural gas. So the price on Friday, the price closed near 132, and today you can expect, based on NYMEX price direction, you can expect natural gas to open comparing with the investing.com chart. You can expect price to open somewhere above 133. So here there is some sort of confusion. The short-term trend is somewhat in favor for buying, and the long-term trend is in selling. And since the price is going to close, price had closed above 132 and going to open above 132, it left us with a few options that we should go for buying. So you can go for buying by placing stop somewhere near 131. You can pick various spots. We have given you various spots for buying, expecting the price to move up. If the price is going to test this line above 136, near 136 orange line, you can go for selling with a very strict stop loss, since the long-term trend is on the downside. So that's all we have for discussion in natural gas. Now let's move on to copper. Okay. So what's happening in copper? Friday the price closed near 459 and it couldn't stay above 460. It's a very weak price closing for buyers. But today, based on COMEX price, the price is expected to open near 465, 466 or even above that. So you are witnessing a higher price opening. So all the markets are staying on the buying side. So this gives us, we have projected some trend channel, and it's coming from a long way. You can connect all these 7-minute point and you can draw 3 parallel lines so that you can have the same trend channels in your trading platform also. It is just 3 parallel lines. You pick some 2 points and you can draw these same projections. So it gives us a very little opportunity to think about where the price, it's very clear that the market is moving up in copper. But the intermediate zone where we can place stop is somewhere near 464. If the price is opening somewhere here or here, it can come here and test, or straight away it can move up. So 464 is this intermediate support. You can place stop at 464, or below that you can go for buying, expecting price to hit 68, 472. These are the various targets. Let us see what's going to happen during the trading session. Now let us move on to nickel. So after this presentation, we will have the presentation for Nifty index. What's happening in nickel? You can see on Friday the price opened somewhere here, created a high which is equal to the previous day's high. The same pattern, like opening up, creating a high, consolidated here, dropped and closed. This closing and the previous day's closing both are equal. But today the price is expected to open somewhere above 890, 982, or this zone, above the previous high. So like copper, it's also moving up. So it gives us a very less option. You can go for buying, that is very clear. This orange line will give you a support, or this white line will give you a support till stop at 980. Places some stop at 980, and you can go for buying, expecting the price to hit 992, 990 near term. So nickel also, there is no confusion. You need to stay on the buying side. Okay. So in all the commodities, if you see, almost in all the 4 commodities, everything is on the buying side. So that's all we have for discussion on commodities. What you can do, you can pass on all your queries. I will take past queries, and it will be answered only by 9 o'clock after completing the Nifty index analysis, if possible Bank Nifty also.